side take from that victory against Arsenal when you consider you kept a clean sheet? There's been so many goals scored in the Premier League so far this season, and also doing so without the likes of Kevin and without the likes of Emerick.
No, well, of course, it was so important after the early results, and especially against the team that we face. I was really impressed how strong they are, Arsenal team, and that's why it was for confident. And since the beginning of the season, the feeling of the mood of the team is really good. The relation between themselves is spectacular. So yeah, it's the most important thing. It's just one game, and now the next.
Thank you, James. Next we'll go to Dave McDonnell. Dave.
Hi, Pep. We're starting another Champions League campaign. Last season, you said, if I remember rightly, you wouldn't kill yourself if you never won it again. Now, I just wondered, given your record in the competition, and given the bond you've got with the people at the club, and you talk very highly of them, what would it mean to you to deliver the Champions League to this club? And really, is this the one competition you're really striving for now, given you've won the title twice already?
Every season start the same. So the answer, the answer. So for many clubs, for ourselves, it's incredible being here, playing this competition. And it's just the first game. The first step is win the first, and after the second, and see how far. We are still far away to thinking on big targets, and considering what happened in the last seasons, the previous season, we are not allowed to dream much higher in the terms of expectations. The reality is the more the game to try to win the first one, because in this competition, the home games are so important to don't suffer the qualification. And after, we'll see how grow the team. Still, we are a little bit away from we want to be. But Alessinchenko's back, and many players are back in good conditions. Gundogan as well, and Bernardo and Joao. So just Aymeric and Kevin, and a little bit longer will be, and Gabriel, I think it's expected to come back in next weeks. And except Mendy, hopefully when they come back soon, and have the squad, and step by step see the team how grow. And it depends on our performance. We'll see what happens.
Okay, Simon Stone.
Pep, you obviously played in the knockout stages of last season's tournament, which is not that long ago. Is that still having an impact on your squad in terms of the pre-season and the lack of time? And if so, where do we see that? What was the problem?
What was the problem? What?
Well, in terms of the impact, the extra games, having to play those extra games is having now, why does it still have an impact?
No, it was an honor to play in extra games. Unfortunately, we could not play more, not get the semifinals against Bayern Munich. The reality is what it is. So the problem was more than the impact to don't have part of the preparation. The problem was 4 or 5 guys they released positive in the COVID test, and especially for the few injuries that we had in the beginning, that were a little bit in delay for our preparation. But it's what it is. So I said many times. So all the clubs play in difficult circumstances, not just us. We had less weeks, 1 or 2 weeks in this period are so important. In 1 month will be less important. In this period, in the first games was so important, but important the players come back fit and training with the mood and in the way they are playing. This is the most important thing.
Thank you.
Okay, next question comes from Fred Caldera.
Hello, Pep. When you talk about Champions League, you always say that the group stage is getting harder and harder every season. And I wonder how the first games, and specifically the first game, can show you how far your team and how prepared your team is for the current season of the Champions League, not just for the group stage?
Well, I think we have to play 6 games. Every game is important. Every game is 3 points, and but I cannot deny when you play the first game away, it's not so much. It's not as much important like the first game at home. So it's vital for us tomorrow to get the 3 points, to know a little bit the opponent. Ruben explained really well what Porto they are as a team, and I try to continue with the many good things we have done. An Arsenal game, even a Leeds game in some moments, and be more consistent, improve on the little details that they will have. So this is the main thing that we have to do.
Thank you.
Okay, next question from Fraser Dainton.
Hello, Pep. Last season, you were seen as maybe one of the favourites to go and win this competition at the start. But then obviously you had the injury to Aymeric Laporte, and that affected how things went for the rest of the year. This season, we've just seen obviously that Liverpool have just lost Virgil van Dijk, and he's going to be out for what looks like the rest of this season. How difficult is it for a team when a player of that stature and that strength goes missing for a large amount? How does it affect everybody?
I cannot speak about how it affects in Liverpool squad. So Jurgen is more to talk about this. Only I wish Virgil get well soon and a good recover. I don't like at all. So have opponents injured, important players in a long time out, and I'm pretty sure he's. But I don't know him much, but looks like so strong. So he's going to come back well today, and waiting him to come back to the Premier League to make our league better, because the league is better for the players that are on the pitch, and he's one of the best. And get well soon, and all the best for him, his family, and all Liverpool.
Okay, next question is from Paul Hurst.
Hiya, Pep. You obviously worked very hard to get to the quarterfinals last season. How difficult was it for you to get that defeat out of your system? How long did it take for you to kind of forget it?
Well, it was a tough moment. I felt so responsible of this, how the club fought and all the players to achieve it. I was not able to drive them. I feel so responsible. I still right now feel so responsible watching the game. So we have to accept the reality. We were not good enough. So we didn't play bad. We played a really good moment. We have our chances, but at the same time, we made the mistakes. Like in this competition, you cannot do it to go through. So the reality, watching a little bit in the past, the expectations always, every club, every team, every manager, every player, not just here and everywhere, has to dream with the high expectations. But the reality is we perform not in the level we have to perform to get through in this competition. That is reality. You have to accept it with humility, accept all the bad situations that we have, and when we accept this, is the best way to improve, to go through, and to accept a new challenge to this season start from zero again, to try it again, knowing that we have to improve. So this competition is so demanding, and the mistakes we commit. I feel so bad for the players, and that's why. So it's new chance, new opportunity, and we're going to start tomorrow with zero again.
Okay, guys, we'll take 2 more questions in English and then questions from Portuguese journalists. James Stucker next.
Hi, Pep. Do you? It's the 10th successive season the club have qualified for the Champions League now. Do you feel then, when you look at someone like Paris Saint-Germain, another big club, they'd had difficulty getting beyond the quarterfinals before and finally reached the final last season. is there a danger that the longer the difficulties to get past the quarterfinals go on, it can be become a mental barrier as much as the concentration factor for players?
I had the feeling, in the same time, I had the feeling that we are close. Every season, when we analyze the way we went out, I had the feeling that we are close, but in the same times, we do some actions, some mistakes that make you feel we don't deserve to go through. I don't think it's more the mental, because I think these kind of situations about the desire and avoid some mistakes we do or and try to avoid it, and I don't think so. So of course, for our clubs that they used to, always in the last stages, maybe it would be easier. But being in quarterfinals for a long times and 10 times in a row being there is a good success for us. But I know the reality of this club. So winning domestic titles, the next step is make a step forward in Champions League, and being there, you have another opportunity. So of course, is the past, and the good things we have done in domestic things, and the bad things in the Champions League is the past. So now it's a new opportunity. And I believe more than desire and the wish to arrive that we had was not possible, because we know it. We talk about this. So this competition, you have to do things that differently that we have done in the process moment. But at the same time, when you review the games, even in Liverpool, when we lost 3-0 there, or the game against Tottenham, or now against Olympique Lyon, always had the feeling we are close. We are not far away. So the games, they were not absolutely none of them better than us. And we are for little gaps, but this gap we have to solve it. And we were not. And when you don't solve it, it's because you don't deserve it. And it's the best way to improve. That's all.
Okay, Jack, go on.
Hiya, Pep. You're saying that you were getting closer and closer in the Champions League. What has to change for you to make that next step? Is it the individual mistakes, or is there something a bit bigger?
No. For the manager, it's easy to even believe in mistakes. It's not about this. So I said the first thing, I feel I'm so responsible of this. So I don't blame no one single player for this. The players are mature enough to know exactly what they have to do to go through. Don't necessary to tell them. If you already did the first goal, when we spoke during 4 days what they do, and even that they score a goal, when the second one or the third one, or the chances we create in these competitions, we didn't do it, especially in the second half. So the game with the goals we conceded against Tottenham, we scored 4 goals and we are out. So there are these competitions, you have to be in some departments being better, but it's not because I am saying and blaming. They know it. The players know it 5 minutes later after play the game. So when it's this. So, but at the same time, we have a new challenge, a new opportunity, and we are not going to qualify and win tomorrow. It's just the first step for many to get as far as possible in this competition, and we're going to do really well in the Premier League to next season being here again. So this is the target.
Okay, guys, we'll take questions now from Portuguese journalists. We'll hear these questions up on the stage here in English, and Pep will answer in English. I'm going to start with Pedro Felipe Maya.